Well, today is Communion Day. Today to celebrate the union that Jesus paid a high price for, because you're worth it. You're worth it. He thinks you're worth it. Today, when I was thinking about communion and we were in pre-worship and they started singing about the mercy seat, I was thinking about the Ark of the Covenant that was positioned in the Holy of Holies and what it contained. And I like that the Ark of the Covenant, or the Ark of His presence, on top of that's the mercy seat. And so I love that I don't know if you've ever thought about it much, but the Ark of the Covenant, they say, had three things in it, which was the manna that God supernaturally fed and sustained his people with. That was one thing that was in there. The other thing that was in there was Aaron's rod that budded. And if you know that story, it's talking about the authority of the high priest, that it's established before all people. And so that's cool because that's in there because Jesus is established as our permanent high priest or representative, who's the one who brings the sacrifice. And so that's in there. And then if you think about that, you think, wow, those two things, he's providing something for me in those two things. A permanent covering in Jesus. We talk about that, how he's always interceding for us. And then the manna, he personally gives us everything that we need. He's our everything. So he's our permanent, constant provision. And then, I don't know if you view the 10 Commandments as provision. But we should. And so the 10 Commandments are in there. And so if we're talking about the Ark of the Covenant, we've been talking about covenant around here. He's saying that I am bringing you into a secure relationship with me. And so I have the standard of holiness. And so the provision of you understanding how to be in relationship with me. We want that. That's a provision. I gave a provision of understanding that this makes for healthy relationship with me. I mean, I kind of like to know that if I'm in a relationship with me and they say, hey, that ain't working. Oh, okay, well, I want to know what is working. So thanks for telling me. So all three of those things are his provision. And then on the mercy seat, the priest would come and they would sprinkle blood on the mercy seat. And so instead of just sprinkling blood from the old covenant, Jesus himself came and sat on the mercy seat. So think about that. Where Jesus said, here is all of this provision in my presence, and what it's going to need to get that to you in covenant is for me to lay my life down as a sacrifice and sit on top of that on that mercy seat and to engage with you from there. And it said whenever the blood was sprinkled on the mercy seat, God's glory would reside there. And so that's a permanent experience with him in his presence. And so today, as we're just celebrating Jesus today, it's not even Easter, but we don't have to wait for Easter. He has risen from the dead, is what I heard from Jackie. And so he's not there no more. I think what was her exact words. He's not there no more. He's somewhere else. He is risen and he's residing powerfully over his covenant with you by giving provision. So, as we take this today, I kind of wanted you just to think about that Jesus is the sacrifice of his life that sits on the mercy seat. And in that place, that sacrifice, he is giving you everything that you need, that you have need of. And so, wow, that's an amazing offer for a relationship right there. And it's not just a one-time deal. It's a permanent, constant, living, ongoing, breathing relationship or lively activity from his heart to you. And so, the way is wide open today. And so I just wanted to just take a minute and let's just kind of be grateful about that. Maybe in your heart, you could just take a minute and you could just begin to just be thankful for that. Even give him permission to open up your understanding on all that he's done to provide a covenant relationship between you and he. So as we take the elements together, the cracker and the juice, the bread and the wine, in 1 Corinthians, he says, this is the way I want you to do this remembrance of me. Remember me in this way. And so when he describes the body and the blood, he's describing, remember me in this way, that I poured out the sacrifice that was needed to sit on the mercy seat for you. And so it says in 1 Corinthians 11:24, Jesus distributed to the disciples the bread, and he said, take and eat your fill. It is my body which was given for you. So do this and remember me. So today as we take our bread and we say, Jesus, you are the living substance of everything I have need of. Thank you for pouring your life out for me that I could be in communion with you. Thank you that by your stripes I experience healing and mercy and communion. So let's go ahead and take the bread. So Jesus, we know a little, but we may not know everything that you're giving us right now. So we just say thank you. We just take it and we just receive it. I just receive all that you're giving me right now. And I just say that I welcome it and I thank you for it. He did the same with the cup of wine after supper and said, "This cup will seal this new covenant relationship. I will secure it in my blood. Drink it, and when you do, remember me." So let's go ahead and take that. So, Jesus, we thank you that it is your body and your blood. It is your sacrifice of your life that sits on the mercy seat. That you are the continual provision for my life. That I have a secured communion relationship with the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I thank you that you have made me new and you sustain me by your presence. And so today we look on you, Jesus, and we just say, you're beautiful, you're beautiful, you're beautiful, you're beautiful, you're beautiful. Jesus, you're beautiful. Your hands are beautiful. Your feet are beautiful. Your side is beautiful. You are beautiful. So Jesus, we just pour our love out on you today in gratitude and thanksgiving. Thank you for this new covenant in Jesus' name.